Yo, 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 Waffles, Baylike in the building. Let's get it. The video by Stupzy, the truth behind LFG and solo queue in Shadowlands PvP. We just need solo queue, just goddamn add the solo queue. I just wanna have the solo queue. Why is it not added? Why? Blizzard. Private servers are doing solo queue. Why not freaking Blizzard? Okay, let's get it.
Alright everybody, this is a video that I've been wanting to make for quite some time, and honestly I think this is going to be one of the most, I would say, impactful videos I could make, because it's a way to address a lot of the concerns and confusions and misconceptions by the community on solo queue. And I think it is a topic that we should be talking about, and I'm not here to bury these specific replies or comments because I think this is healthy discussion, but I do want to kind of address some of them. My last video got so much support, it was incredible, and I went through—
Bro, that video was really good. I actually watched the video. It was a brilliant masterpiece, Stupzy. A very good video. I really support you in your journey for solo queue.
through 1,500 comments on that video, and it took me a while to find some of these, but I did find them. But I do think they represent some of the mentality behind players that are opposed to solo queue in World of Warcraft. So let's go through them, let's talk about them, and then I have an amazing one that I'll leave for the end, and a clip that I think you guys will really enjoy because it does represent my ideology behind solo queue and why I think it is good for the game and why Blizzard should implement it. Let's get into it. So a really common misconception is that solo queue is a 1v1 game mode, and that some people think it's a horrible idea and some people think it's a great idea. Solo queue, the system that a lot of people are advocating for, is not a 1v1 game mode. A lot of games have a solo queue system, and typically that involves you being placed on a team using an MMR system where you compete against other players.
Bro, it's the whole Apex Legends. It's totally the same like Apex. In Apex, you're 1% and you're paired with 2 other people, and you are going into a group of 3 into the map. So why not in World of Warcraft? Like, goddamn, give us solo queue.
Players in World of Warcraft, that would either be a 3v3 or an RBG bracket, but it is not a 1v1 game mode. I'm not opposed to a 1v1 game mode, but that's not what we're talking about here. So before you go in all caps,
nobody gives a shit about 1v1. We want 3v3 solo queue, goddamn.
And get angry about it, it's probably best to understand guess what we're talking about here. Another concern is that people say that solo queue, would it be in a separate bracket? Lucas says that he has no problem smashing other solo queue groups with this Premade group. That's not how it would work. You'd be placed.
You cannot go solo queue with your Premade group. Damn. That's the whole purpose. It's called solo queue. Just use your brain. It's not 3v3. It's solo queue. Everybody is solo.
Placed against other players that are also in a solo queue bracket. It would be a separate bracket from 2v2, 3v3, or rated 10v10 RBGs. A lot of people say things like the rewards can't be the same. Why would anyone ever do 2v2 or 3v3 if the rewards are the same? They shouldn't be the same. And in fact, what I would do is I would add a PvP stat on gear. We'll get to gearing in a second. I'd add a PvP stat on gear. I would up.
No, I think the rewards should be the same. Like, you're doing PvP, rated PvP arenas, but you don't have communication. But you can be playing on the same level. Just you don't have the communication. So you need to be kind of like, you're still gonna be typing, you know, like, maybe let me shrink it first, yada yada yada. So there is a little bit even issue with the communication. So I don't understand, like, the rewards should be the same.
Up the conquest and the honor you receive from all PvP activities, but by adding a PvP stat, you make it less attractive to PvE players, and you just have solo queue being the lowest rewarding option in terms of honor and conquest compared to group 2v2, group 3v3, and rated battleground.
I don't agree. I think it should be maybe a little bit lower than 2v2, 3v3, okay, regarding the conquest and honor, but I think it should be comparable. It shouldn't be like, if you go 2v2, if you go 3v3, you will get 30 conquests, and if you go solo queue, you will get 5 conquests per win. I don't agree with that, but it should be comparable, maybe a little bit, tiny bit less.
Another really big misconception is that players will say, well, you can't add solo queue because certain classes would just dominate in solo queue, like warriors would do so well, or you know, rep paladins would do so well in solo queue. That already exists in the game everywhere. Are we going to deny the fact that certain classes do better in 2s, certain classes do better in 3s, certain classes do better in Mythic Plus, certain classes or specs do better in Raid.
Bro, warriors are already dominating. Like, what you talking about? What's gonna change? Nothing. Only people who don't have team can play. That's the whole point.
That already happens in the game. We don't delete or not have those parts of the game exist. We don't delete those aspects of the game because certain classes perform better. That's just part of the game. Another really weird misconception is when players say that people only want solo queue because they're bad, or they think their teammates are the reasons they're not gladiator. You know, bad players deserve to be stuck at the bottom of the bracket. I mean, that could be true. I don't know. I mean, I know I want it. I know my friends want it. I would consider us pretty decent players. I don't blame my teammates. There's a wide variety of reasons why somebody would want solo queue. I think to paint
the why solo queue is so good. Imagine, fellas, that you just come in the evening, you're tired from the work, and you just don't care so much about. You don't want to be in LFG trying to find a teammate for 1 hour, 2 hours. You just want to come and just goddamn play. And just queue. If you're DPS, you would wait, I don't know, half a minute. You would pay a minute, and then you would go into the arena. If you would be a healer, you would probably get insta queues because there is a deficit of healers. And you would just come in and you would just goddamn play. Just let us play. Just let us play the game. That's the whole purpose. That you don't have to be in this freaking LFG tool all the time.
Brush once again to say the only reason why people want solo queue is because they're bad at the game is just silly. Sometimes I want to play at 2 in the morning. Sometimes my friends aren't online, and that results in me just not logging in the game at all if my friends aren't online, because there's nothing else I really want to do in the game other than what I enjoy doing.
Exactly.
In the game. Some people might want to try out unique specs, right? They play arms and 3s, but they really want to try out Fury. But then they have to go around and try to find someone that wants to play with their Fury Warrior. Maybe you play a spec that's not very desired and you really want to play that, and you're not getting in pre-made groups because that spec isn't desired.
Exactly. Try to join 3v3 and tell them that you're Fury and you're not arms. Like, bro, you're gonna get kicked out so fast. But in solo queue, you can test it out. It's a low MMR. You can test it out. It's up to you. If you lose the MMR, you will also fuck it up a little bit for your teammates, but that's how it goes sometimes.
There's a wide variety of reasons why somebody would want it. One of my main reasons is I'm tired of pre-made comps. I'm tired of seeing the same comp over and over and over and over again, and that's never going to go away. Specifically when we have these longer seasons as well, when the seasons go on for 9 months. I mean, 9-month seasons are awful in World of Warcraft. They're just so boring. It's not fun. The amount of changes that we get for a 9-month season is not fun to partake in, and that's why you don't see a lot of people queuing right now. But for me, if I knew a bracket was just you make the best with what you have and you see other comps, a lot of people have this idea that comps are so important in World of Warcraft. For example, Hunter Rogue. Not a good comp right now, does have some synergy. The reason why that comp's not good right now is that it gets smashed by every other meta comp. So certain classes can synergize well. A lot of classes can synergize well. The problem is they don't hold up to some of these other meta comps like Fire Mage Warrior H-Pal or Enhancement Shaman Warrior H-Pal. If you see that every game, your comp just gets smashed by that. This is another one that I really liked. Okay. No one is quitting. Stop the clickbait. Do not go outside Stormwind. WoW numbers are going up like crazy.
Bullshit. Bullshit. The numbers are going down. I have friends who quit. Personally, I even know people who quit. Okay, Blizzard, release the numbers. Let us see the numbers. Month by month, I want to see it. I want to see how many people are still playing after 5 months. And they cannot even do the fucking solo queue. Just give us a solo queue.
Crazy. The numbers are going crazy, guys. Everyone's out in front of Stormwind. I didn't know that. Just make your own group. I thought this one was also really funny. People to say, just make your own group. You can make your own group, sure, but you still have to wait around. And if the guy that joins your group decides that you suck and leaves after 1 game, you're back to waiting. You can make your own group, sure. Somebody could sign up, but it's not like by making your own group, you now have ownership of that person. They can choose to dip out after the first game, and then you're back to waiting again. The downtime is the problem in WoW. Now, there were a handful of people that were talking about gearing.
Make your own group, but you're always stuck in LFG, and especially if you're a warrior. You say, oh, I'm warrior, I want to push 1600 rating. Looking for healer. Good luck, bro. Good luck finding a healer. Like, you might find a healer, but you will not find a healer at your CR. Or you will have to wait, I don't know, 2 hours.
And boosters. Blizzard has already come out and said that they're considering doing the WAD system. And the WAD system was something that I did suggest in a previous video where I said that before any of this, you should do the WAD system. It's the easiest fix with what you're trying to accomplish, with their mentality, how they wanted gear to work. Adding a PvP stat, having your gear scale up, making something unique about PvP gear, right? This is why you have this boosting scenario that people are talking about. But in terms of the gearing, it looks like Blizzard's already looking to change that in 9.1, which they
But I think if you have PvP gear, it should be also somehow semi-viable in PvE. Like, if I have PvP gear, why shouldn't it be at least viable in PvE? I don't get it. It should, I think, because PvE gear, I think currently with the Versa, I think it's working fine, in my personal opinion.
should have done beforehand, like everybody warned them to do, because you're having the situation of boosters because the gear is too powerful. Boosting is never going to go away. Okay, it's never going to be something that's gone. In a solo queue system, you wouldn't see boosters because you could only queue up by yourself.
Exactly.
So if you wanted to rid boosters, you would not really be seeing them. You could see Smurfs, if you know what that terminology means, but you wouldn't be seeing these boosters that are getting paid gold to do it because you couldn't do it in a solo queue system. Never did I say solo queue solves all problems in World of Warcraft. Of course not. But I've made handfuls of videos talking about systems that are bad for the game, borrowed power. I'll link those down below. How to properly do gearing, feedback, trinkets, class balance. I've made videos on.
Fellas, my chick just came. Sorry, I need to go. We need to cut the video shortly. Yeah, gotta go smash. Fellas, thank you for watching. Please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Write me in the comments what you think about this video. And see you in the next one. Sayonara. Love you. Bye bye.